I am Dr. Arun Gupta, President of Delhi Medical Council and Senior Consultant Pediatrician. I did my schooling from a Sarkari school in Madhya Pradesh, Riva, place called Riva. And everyone in my batch in that medical college was from the Sarkari college, Sarkari school, where everything was taught in Hindi. So we didn't have any idea about English when we entered the medical college, but it didn't take more than a couple of months to understand the kind of working language you need, working English you need in medical college. You don't need literature of English. You just need simple language. And the most important, because all the vocabulary is in English. Now, unless you translate those kind of vocabulary in Hindi, then how do you pursue from here? And I don't think it's a good idea to translate in Hindi, because every literature, every science, and every you can say research is happening in English only. So medical science is in English. You cannot convert it in Hindi. Number one. Number two, what they are trying to do, they are not trying to convert it in Hindi, but in fact, they are just trying to write English words in Hindi. You are writing lower limb and abdomen Hindi mein. You are not writing pair or pate. So I don't think what they are. If as a doctor, I just try to read one of the pages of that book. I think because I did my schooling from a small town in Madhya Pradesh, it's called Riva, and everyone in my batch from a Hindi background. So it didn't take us more than a couple of months, but still it didn't take more than a couple of months to understand the kind of working language which is required in medical college. You don't require a literature English, you need simple working level. Secondly, every vocabulary, every science, the medical science is in English. You cannot convert any Hindi overnight, because all the countries like China, UK, or those have tried to teach the medical science their own language. They have failed miserably, because you cannot update yourself, you cannot get the knowledge, because the modern medical science is in English. It's not our native to our country. It is in English. So I don't think it's a good idea to make it more confusing by introducing new words or something like Hindi or something. Modern medical science is not native to our country. Now, modern medical science is in English everywhere in the world. It has all the books are in English, all the research are in English, all the vocabulary are in English, all the medicine we write in English. So inherently, it is something which is in English. You cannot convert overnight English to Hindi. And secondly, the medical education is something which is in continuation. It's not that one you make a book, you teach something to student in Hindi, and tomorrow everything will come in Hindi, because the research and everything new coming up in English also. So it's not possible. Secondly, it's not difficult at all, even for the person of Hindi background like me. We did everything for a Sarkari school in Hindi, but when we entered medical college, the whole of West didn't take more than a couple of months to understand English. So I don't think, rather converting those difficult vocabularies in Hindi, or maybe writing English word in Hindi, would be more difficult to understand rather than going purely for English. I don't think I really don't understand why these people are doing this. It is left to NMC. Let us NMC decide what to do. And because it's modern medical science, yes, just for kind of hyper nationalism and name of whatever you want to do. It's not about language. It's about science. When you learn science in that particular language in which the science is there, if you try to translate vocabulary from English to Hindi, everything will be ruined. It's not possible. Ayurvedic you can teach in Hindi, because Ayurveda originated in our country, and the basic language of Ayurveda was Sanskrit and Hindi. You can write there, but modern medical science is in English. You cannot tinker with it. So yes, Indian doctors are probably one of the best doctors in the world, and most of the Europeans country and Americans are heavily dependent on Indian doctors. That is because we are totally in tune with the modern medical science across the world. That is because we read in English, and we read the literature which is available anywhere in the world. Now, if you exclude those literature and you just keep on teaching us Hindi, so we won't be able to perform well in other countries. You cannot keep on changing. It would be very, very difficult. Now, if you read medical science in Hindi and tomorrow you want to practice in some southern state, what do you do? It's not. Let there be a universal language, the language which is the soul of a modern medical science. Let it be in English only. And if you want to teach Ayurveda and other things in Hindi, it's well and good. No issue. Modern medical science is in English. If you're trying to create two languages, Hindi, then maybe other regional language, it will be too confusing for doctors, and that it would be very difficult for them to upgrade to the world standard of world knowledge. And modern medical science research is happening across the world, and we read in the common language. That's why we upgrade ourselves. If you don't know English and you don't know, then how would you you're expected to upgrade yourself?